Hello and welcome to our channel. Thank you for taking some time to listen to the Dhamma. May you be blessed for this effort. We welcome any suggestions for how to improve our channel, and we welcome any suggestions you have for the content you might like to hear. Today's quotation is, "Remember, as long as you are breathing, it's never too late to start a new beginning." If we're Dhamma practitioners, this is something that we're hoping to achieve. We're trying to make changes in our life. Let's start with the idea of breath. The breath comes in, the breath goes out. The breath is not the same when it goes out as it was when it comes in. It's a little bit warmer and it's lost its oxygen content and is left with carbon dioxide. Now, this is a law of Dhamma. We say a small d in Dhamma. It's the laws that govern the world as opposed to the laws that govern our mind in our practice of Dhamma. So, even a single breath is a new beginning, it's a new life. Lots of other things have happened on the microscopic level. Skin cells have fallen off the body, hair and fingernails have grown, blood has been processed through the various organs, liver and kidneys, etc. So we're not the same person, or we're not the same body, at least when the air went in, as it was when it came out. Now, this is not a choice that we make. It just happens naturally. It's a law of nature. There's a Zen Buddhist saying, the same person cannot step into the same river twice. Most people get, okay, the river's in a constant state of flux, it's constantly moving, and when by the time you lift up your second foot to place it into the river the first foot stepped into has moved on, and the second foot is stepping into a new river. That's another example of anicca, of change, just as the example I gave with the breath is meant to be an example of how quickly anicca happens. In the case of the person stepping into the river, we need to remember that the person who's stepping into the river is also in a constant state of flux. So, if we really do have 10,000 or more thoughts a day, every one of those thoughts is a moment when we think we are this person having the thought. Each step into the river is the step of a slightly altered person, just as the river itself is slightly altered. The quotation suggests that there's something that might be called free will. It suggests that we could choose, possibly, to make different choices than we've been making. Maybe our choices have not been so healthy, so good for us, and that there lies a possibility for us to become changed. In order for there to be free will, there has to be some level of mindfulness. Even on the level before mindfulness, a very poor person, possibly a homeless person, they don't have the same choices that a person who has more money has. They don't have a choice, perhaps, of what they'll eat or where they'll sleep, their living accommodations, etc. So we can't just say everyone has the same choice. We have some choices mentally that we might all share, but not choices physically. If we don't practice mindfulness, we're not going to be aware of some of the choices that we have moment by moment. In order to take advantage of possibilities, as I've said, we must have some level of mindfulness. We must be willing to let go of certain choices we've been making habitually, mindlessly in the past, and become interested in, devoted to, committed to making better choices in the present moment. Some of these choices we've talked about recently when we talked about the 10-minute talk we gave on letting go of attachments. So there, I think I listed 5 asavas, or 5 cankers, 5 things that cause us to suffer. And one was our craving for sexual desire, this craving we have just to exist. Nobody wants to die. We have created heavens and hells and alternate lifestyles that may exist in the future for us. Nobody wants to let go of their opinions and their points of view, or the kinds of suffering called ignorance that plagues them. Remember, the number one ignorance is the belief that we're a person. All other forms of suffering, both physical and mental, emotional, arise out of the belief that we're a person. So there are these asavas, and there's something called the 5 fetters, or the things that bind us. That's a belief in a self. Some of these are repeats. That's a skeptical doubt and uncertainty. It means we really don't have the faith or the determination or the commitment that we need. In fact, we're attached to not having that commitment. Wrong views or misunderstandings or the wrong attitudes to the 5 precepts, don't kill, don't steal, etc. And of course our craving for pleasant, pleasurable experiences day to day. And we are actually attached to having feelings of aversion and ill will. We seem to like to be angry, to be disappointed, frustrated, vindictive, revengeful, etc. And then there's another 7. Many of them are repeats, but let me at least mention them. Sensual passions and desires, this resistance to making change because of our attachment to the things that we're not willing to let go of at this time, this sense of conceit that I am me and you are you, our attachment to views and opinions, which I've mentioned, doubts, our lack of faith and commitment, and attachment to becoming. We want to continue to live moment by moment is a new becoming. And then the ignorance that all of this is happening to me. So there is no free will without mindfulness. We don't have choices if we're not aware of them and have the commitment, the faith, the determination, etc., to make a change. And there will be no mindful strong enough, consistent enough, alert enough, unless we are continually deepening our ability to concentrate. Let's remember, mindfulness is constant, conscious awareness with clear comprehension. We're aware what the mind is doing and feeling, and we're never believing that it's happening to us. That is what clear comprehension means. We are an objective witness only. Okay, thank you very much for reaching the end of this Dhamma talk. I am grateful that you've stayed with us. May you be blessed. If you'd like, we have a channel, we have a Facebook page under Madrone Mountain Meditation. We have podcasts under Madrone Mountain Meditation, some of these same talks that we're doing on YouTube. We're open to live podcasts. We're open to communicating with you personally through various apps like Zoom, or anytime a group of you may come together and would like to have a conversation. Thank you very much.